the freaky high school fashion of the hippie era.
These photographs, taken for Life magazine in the fall of 1969, explored the freaky new freedoms of fashion seen on high school students across the United States. Some of the women show the strong influence of the hippie movement: long hair, beads, fringes, and bell-bottoms. Others wear outfits that connect to psychedelia, luminous colors, and loud patterns. Some have even fused elements of both and more to create their own personal expression. The shoot focused almost exclusively on women, but the few men who can be seen, by contrast, are wearing clothes almost indistinguishable from today. Their hairstyles are a different matter. The cultural transformation was an irresistible force during the 60s, and across America and around the globe: civil rights, women's and gay liberation, the sexual revolution, and, of course, the explosive soundtrack of R&B, soul, and rock and roll informed everything from politics to fashion. Unceasing change, meanwhile, is the one constant in human affairs, and by the 1960s, technology had advanced to the point where events and movements in one corner of the world were instantaneously accessible on campuses and in communities everywhere. Fewer than 1 million households owned a TV in the late 1940s. 2 decades later, that number had increased more than 40-fold. The August 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom and Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech, the immediate aftermath of JFK's assassination, and Milk's and RFK's, the Vietnam War, the 1969 moon landing, all of these era-defining people and moments, and so many more, were broadcast into living rooms from Maine to California, Alaska to Florida. By 1969, America's youth had not only soaked in more visual and auditory stimuli in a few years than most previous generations combined, but had reimagined virtually all of that input in the form of sartorial self-expression. In light of that new, global sensibility, Beverly Hills high schooler Rosemary Shung's homemade stunning leather Indian dress, pictured below, wasn't just a dress. It was a time and a place, man. And it was out of sight.
If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel.